This morning and we don't have any electricity. It brings me back to a time when I was reading about Venezuela and how they would have on and off blackouts. Never thought it would happen here in the United States. We always thought that we would have electricity forever. But now we don't have any. And we don't know when we're going to get it. Sometimes it comes on for 10 minutes, sometimes an hour, sometimes it's days without any electricity. What am I going to do today? Well, it's become quite a challenge for me. You know, our modern homes, they're not equipped for living without electricity. Everything we do requires the electric. But I'm getting quite used to it, and it's just a lot more work. By the end of the day, I don't really care if I have electric or not. I just want to go to bed and sleep. But come along with me today, because I was going to upload a video for you all, but I don't know if I can, because I don't know when my electricity is going to come back. But let's go along with the day so you can see what it's like for me. And I'm sure it's like this for many of you. It just depends on where you live. Sometimes those in the city don't have electricity for a week. And sometimes people out in the country may have a little more. But we're all in for it. I tell you what, this is really something. And I'm so glad I have books to read, because this is deafening, the silence of it all. It's so quiet. It's almost deafening. I'm still trying to get used to having it all. I mean, there's my computer sitting. I can't even use them. And when I do get the internet and electricity, I use it real quick, because you never know when it's going to be turned off. I'm so glad that my house is broken, and all of those years that I found new ways of doing things. I can cook on my stove with propane, but who knows how long that's going to last, and so we're not going to cook on propane today. Thankfully, I have water in here. So what this is an electric canner. Well, I don't have any electricity, so I can't heat my water, but I have water. Look, I have water. Now this should last me about 24 hours. And thankfully, I did treat my water in my water barrel, so I have good water to use for dishes. But we have to eat. I have to wash my clothing. All these things have to be done. But it's going to take all day to do it. But it's an adventure, right? I mean, how else can we look at it? Follow me and we'll work outside. One thing, reuse everything. We can't use rainwater to water my plants. That rainwater we need for ourselves. So whenever I have dirty water, I use it to water my plants. And it really helps out, because water and fire are our best friends right now, because we need wood and water and a fire. It's hard to believe how much water us Americans use in a day. It really makes you think. Next time you have electricity and take a shower, think about all that water you're using, and how in many countries they don't even have that luxury. I don't even hear the neighbors. I think they're depressed. Well, I don't blame them, because it is depressing. There's Henry, my chipmunk. I don't know if you can see him, but he's in front of us and he's having so much fun. We have a lot of chipmunks here. We have to look on the bright side. Even the animals are scurrying around, trying to figure out what they're gonna do. No matter how much I'm prepared, this isn't gonna last me very long. If I gotta heat up my water for my dishes and heat up my water for cooking and all that stuff. I'm so thankful I have this for now. But if this keeps on forever, I'm gonna be in trouble. Well, I have to get wood, because we have to start a fire. Because cleanliness is really important. When you don't have electricity, you have to be clean. because you can get all kinds of bacteria. So hot water to wash your dishes, that's a must. I really need to stack this wood better. I just thought, well, I'll never use it. Well, obviously, I see now. I'm going to be needing all of this wood. Fun idea to get these fire starters. You know what? Hindsight is 2020, and I think what I would have done is collected all the dryer lint from all of my friends and make my own. Because what happens when these run out? These are amazing, but there's no way you could afford to have enough to last you for a long time. But wow, it sure is nice to have it now. And we add some of our paper to it. I mean, making a fire is fun and all, but it takes so much time. My goodness, it's just, everything takes so much time. I can see why the pioneers didn't have laundry every single day. They couldn't. It just takes all day. They just couldn't. It takes all day. And I'll tell you one thing, you don't change your clothes as often as what you're used to. You only washed your clothing when it was dirty. All right, I have to get some more wood here, because we got to get this fire started good. I'm glad we have our own sewer here, so I don't have no problem with that. So that's really a benefit of living in the country, or having your own sewer. All right, so now we gotta go and we have to get water. I'm so glad I have my rain barrels. Oh, I don't know what I'd do without them. Made with plastic. Thank goodness I have these old canning kettles. Now I can see why people want to have glass and want to have things that are durable, that last forever. Plastic stuff doesn't last, and how could I heat water if all I had was plastic? The old timers are right. It's really important to have things that are well made. Well, they have to be durable. They have to be durable if you're off grid, that's for sure. I'm really thankful that I can treat this water, but I did stock up on a lot of Clorox, and I'm really using it sparingly. But what would you do in the heat of the summer if you didn't have any way of treating your water, and it would be all gooky and yucky? I do have a Burgundy water filter, so that really helps me. A Burgundy water filter will actually filter rainwater. But boiling your water will keep you healthy because it will kill germs and bacteria. I really wouldn't want to drink this water, but I guess if I had to, I could. If I didn't have a Burgundy. But I sure wouldn't want to try it. Even with the chlorine in it, it doesn't sound very appetizing. Is this about enough of water? Probably so for my dishes and for cleaning up. Okay. Okay, we still got a good fire going. Hopefully it gets even better. Is anybody tired yet? I sure am. We have all kinds of work to do. You know, leaves are really nice to have too. Some dried leaves. You're not bombarded with social media, and you're not bombarded with all that internet. Is there a plus side to all this? Got the fire going pretty good. I finally found a stool I can sit on. They're out now. I bet they smell my food. So we're gonna saute all this ground beef. This was in my refrigerator. Can't let it spoil. One thing about cooking on an open fire, it's a really hot way to cook, and so everything will fry up really quick. I think I'll cut up an onion and put it in. I think one thing a lot of people would have to get used to if you wouldn't have electricity is that you got to cook in a clean environment, but it's not going to be sterile. So many people get so worked up and so excited when they see cooking like this because, oh, it's not a sterile environment. Well, you know what? You don't have to have a sterile environment. You just have to have common sense. And I think a lot of that is missing in this day and age when people are just so fixated on everything being sterile or everything being done perfectly, and it just doesn't work that way. And sadly, some people are going to find that out if we would ever have this situation where we're off grid. You make do with what you have. If you wouldn't have electricity, what would you do for refrigeration? You know, in the summer like this. So now this meat cooked, you would either have to can it or you would have to eat it within the day. And so canning is the way to go, people. Canning is the way to go. Because in all due reality, canning is the only way to really preserve food, and drying, that's gonna be able to handle with the test of time. All right, so we're gonna get this started. I gotta get this fire over on this side more. I'll get back to you in a little bit. One thing nice about cast iron is once it heats up, it keeps the heat. And now it's getting really good and hot. It's such a different pace of life. Nothing is hurry. Everything is slow. Everything takes so much time. Put a smile on your face. Make the world better. Put a smile on your face. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Put a smile on your face. Make the world better. Put a smile on your face. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's hard to smile when the world is in turmoil. It's hard to smile when you're sitting in the sun and you're roasting. To do a video to share with you what it would be like to have things different. But attitude makes the world better, and it's true. A good attitude makes the world better. So we're gonna move it over. Then we're gonna add our water. And there we go. Well, all my work is done now. I have my hot water. That will last me all day. I'll use that to wash these dishes. And I'll use it for if I need to clean the house. You know, all jobs around the house. Well, that's my day, everybody. I really don't have much else to do. If I wouldn't have the internet or anything like that, I guess I could go read a book. Let's see what I'm going to read today. Well, isn't this nice? All of my work is done. I started at 6 a.m. Now I don't have anything else to do, and it's about 11 o'clock. So now I can read edible flowers. How cool is that? I made sloppy joe with that meat. It's a lot of hard work, but I kind of like it. I feel like I have so much more in my day. I had time to stop and smell the lemon verbena. I hope you enjoy these videos. I know they're very different, but I hope they gave you some educational value, some entertainment value, and I hope it makes you think outside the box a little bit. And what could you do? You know, we all live differently and we all have different circumstances in our life, but we can all learn from one another, right? And I think that I'm having so much fun doing these. I just love teaching and sharing with people a different way of thinking, and even though they are quite eccentric, some of them, but there's a lot more coming your way, and I hope you stay tuned to see the rest of what I have to share with all of you. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And that's a promise.